Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
I'm Chet.
And this is Martin. Welcome, everyone. We have some very special guests in the house.
Rewind is back in the house.
Yes.
Rewind, and they've been here again. So
With the owner, the one and only Jordan.
Yes, thank
How
you.
do I
Welcome,
pronounce your
Jordan.
last name? Barkowski?
Bart Kowiak.
And get friendly with that microphone. Get friendly with
And
that
then we've got
microphone.
Sophie.
Oh, I see.
She
Yeah, you
runs
gotta
the
get up
place.
in there.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
She's the...
You also want to point it towards you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you want to talk at least...
That's going to be fun.
close.
And then make it sound better.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll
There
just
we
lean
go.
in.
Yeah,
It
there we
doesn't- it
go.
doesn't
We're so excited.
adjust.
We love
Thank
the
you.
place.
Yes, I'm happy to be here again.
Rewind.
Yeah.
Where is it located?
It's we're 24th Street, just south of Osborne, family friendly, and tons of board games, beer, wine, all of that. So we nerd out on everything.
And there's lights everywhere, Christmas lights. It looks like Christmas in there.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
super fun.
yeah,
Ornaments.
it's very, very comfortable. I've got some friends that live locally that they come by all the time. What got you started? When did you start this, and what was kind of your vision?
We started a little over 6 years ago, and we always liked the idea of having just like a small, comfy, cozy bar. We were always of the belief that to have a good place, you don't need to do anything overly fancy. It just needs to be well done in and of itself. And so that's kind of how it started. Yeah.
It's like a big playground. It's so fun.
Yeah, that's it.
It's super fun. I mean, you kind of casually said there's some games and this that. There are so many games to play there.
Over 120. We
See,
also have a
yeah.
Nintendo
All right.
Switch too. Yeah.
All right. So now the real question, Sophie, is it fun to work there?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. I love it. I absolutely love
Does
it.
it kind of have like a Cheers vibe where you have certain
Totally.
regulars?
Very much so. Actually, we were just talking about that before we came in. Like, she's like, I knew what he was when he was gonna come in, and it wasn't his usual day. And then I knew what he was gonna order before he said anything.
Shout out to you, Anthony.
And what about Wendy? We love Wendy.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah, Wendy's.
Absolutely,
Yep.
She
Wendy.
co-hosts on the show a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I spoke to her today, and she said to say hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey. She likes the good German whites and like the
little bit
upper
drier
European
whites.
whites. Yeah, like good minerality, drier. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely different. I was tasting German whites this summer. It was on the Rhine, a wine tasting Rhine cruise, and so we've got French wines, we've got German wines. I definitely prefer the French wines because the Germans like their wines tart and dry.
Yes, they do.
And that's how
Yes.
Wendy
Right
likes it.
up
We
front,
brought one
man.
today. It's a
Yay.
Rheinessence. Yeah. So the Bernard Sylvaner. So,
Mhm.
yeah, we'll get to that
Now, do we change up the list a lot? Because I feel like when I've been there,
very often.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, you guys
Yes,
have a
yes.
really interesting selection. Like I would venture to say it's unlike anything here in Arizona.
But for first-time listeners, where are you located, and then how do you spell it again? Because it might be different than some
Oh
people
yes,
think.
Oh, that's true.
we're 24th Street, just south of Osborne. We're in a little strip mall, and
So it's like a bar with
Spell
board
it, spell
games.
it.
It's
What-
like
how
a
do you
fun
spell
place.
Wine.
Yes.
Rewined.
Yes.
Like to wine someone
Rewind.
twice because you
Yeah.
make a joke once and you pay for it for 6 years.
Yeah, gotcha.
And it's right. It's kitty corner to a pretty delicious restaurant. That's
Yeah, Glybon.
Glybon.
Yeah, we work closely with them. We're sort of like a holding area.
We have a nice symbiotic relationship.
People that are waiting for a table there, they come and hang out at our bar because they're really popular. So sometimes they get backed up a little bit.
And Jordan has a walkie-talkie talking to the restaurant to say, "Oh, your table's ready," in case they're not looking
Oh,
at
so
their
you
cell phone.
guys are. So you really
Yep.
team effort there.
Yes,
That's
it is.
cool.
So I told Chet your next date, take him to Rewind
There
and
you go.
Glybon.
Yeah,
you
but
can
we
play
use-
games and see if she's fun.
Well,
Is there some type of like a drink special, like so to catch people's eyes? So if they're waiting, you could be like, "Oh, look, there's like a 2 glass of wine for $15 special."
We usually
or
we
whatever."
have happy hours every
Okay,
day
nice.
Good
until
question.
6 and things like that. And you mentioned the list, the drink list, and we usually have about 25 reds, 25 whites, a couple rosés, 2 orange wines, and then usually around 100 plus craft options with 8 taps. So
well, I'm also a big fan of your snack options. You
Oh,
guys
yeah,
have
yeah.
just the.
The finest Cheez-Its around.
That's
Yeah.
right. The
Can't go
finest
wrong with
cheese in the
cheeses.
land.
But something I love that is very important is you can actually be in there drinking wine on your date, and you can order food in.
Yep.
Oh, really?
He lets you bring food
allowed
in.
in.
That's so
We have
cool.
families
Yeah.
that bring like all their kids and they do like a pizza night and a game night, and then the parents can drink, the kids can play the games, and everybody just has a good time.
So you
That's
can literally do
wonderful.
Uber Eats, and get anything you want there,
Yep.
which is so cool. Most places will let
That's
you do that.
pretty neat.
Right.
That's
it
really
is
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a night where we all do that.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely. We'd love that.
We definitely need to do it in the green room rewind session and go
Yes.
play some games and annoy you guys.
That'd be awesome. We could bring some.
We
of our
might
favorite
empty
games
the
and
other
show
people
them.
out there,
How
but
about
we'll
not-
run the tab up
Yeah.
still.
How about not this weekend, but the following weekend? Because I know you're.
You're going to have to talk to the boss on that one.
Okay, I'll talk to the boss and have
All
that.
right.
I'm gonna
The
plan.
CEO.
I'm gonna plan it with you
That's
All right.
and Sophie.
Will do.
Yes.
Will do.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we tasting here?
Yeah, what is this?
It's
This is
delicious.
really
Yeah,
good.
it's great.
It's
So-
real dry. It's
He's
got
the
a
wine
real
expert. He's gonna
fruity,
tell us. I don't know.
citrusy kind
yeah.
of thing going on.
Yes, yes. So this is a French Sauvignon Blanc, a
Okay.
Vincent Liqueur. This is from the Loire Valley, and yeah, you're gonna get a good minerality with this. It's sort of got like a sandy clay soil, so you get like a good minerality with a nice acidic finish and like a long lingering finish. To
Yeah,
it.
it's really nice.
I taste a little bit of vanilla. What does it say on the tasting notes? Like what should we be tasting? And let's talk about what we all taste here.
I definitely get a little
There's lots of
grapefruit on the
minerality and a
nose.
long, delicate, exotic finish.
Exotic.
So,
Exotic.
I mean, if it's France, exotic could be vanilla. Yeah.
I taste vanilla. That's what I taste.
Sometimes
Sweet.
if there's vanilla in the wine, then that usually means it's oaked. It's been oaked.
Oh,
So
really?
that could be a
Oh.
possibility, whether they use oak chips or they use oak barrels, if you're getting that vanilla taste into it. And this one, I personally, for me, I see a lot of more like green fruits, a little bit of green apple in there.
Yeah.
If it's
Totally.
pineapple, you're gonna get
I
a lot
taste
of
that.
cooler kind of fruits there, a little bit more sharp. The
Although I'm
acidity
getting a
cooler.
little cream on the mid palate.
Possible.
Mhm.
And again, that could be from when if they did put it in oak barrels, something like that's going to give it that extra little flavor to it. But
I
the
taste
minerality
also
for the
kiwi.
soil as
The
well.
softness in the middle, that could also come from the clay, though.
Mhm.
The Sauvignon Blancs, sometimes they do oak. But
I mean, I don't know about this one specifically, but usually if
Yeah.
you're getting a vanilla, that's
but
why.
sometimes that creaminess can totally come from the minerality
Yeah,
of
just
where
from
it's
the
grown too. So
like
the
lime
terroir
soil
has
or
a big role to play in
limestone
that.
or like
Well,
things
explain
like
to me
that.
about the clay. I don't understand that. So it's just like there's
Okay. Well, I was
Clay soil.
at this tasting like 7 years ago, and this is when like this light bulb went on. It was Chilean wines, and they did a cutaway of the soil, and they had like a slideshow presentation to go along with the wines. And she's like, "You sip this," and it was a red, and you could taste copper. And then they showed you the cutaway, and you could see that the ground had patinaed where they had cut it away. And so she's like, basically, think of grapes as like little flavor balloons, and whatever happens around that grape, if it's near the ocean, you're going to get some of that. If it's near a river, you're going to get some of that. So the minerality in the ground, that's why old vines, you know, not only are they established and everything goes to the fruit, but they can reach really far down. And so then they'll get a really full picture of the minerality in the ground. And that's what you're going to get in these, in your fruit. And it depends on
so the
var-
terroir.
Yes. And this is what's called the terroir, is the ground that it's grown in. And sometimes, like if it slopes or not. If it's on a slope, then you're going to get like drier, bolder, like the big Cabernets or the big Zinfandels, you know, they'll grow them on a slope.
And it's a great word to make yourself sound smarter on a date.
Yeah,
The
for
terroir.
Yeah,
So
it's
the
French,
terroir.
French for
Terroir.
terrain.
Yes.
Yes.
The terroir.
Mediterranean region.
I took a sommelier class a long time ago that had a similar thing where they would show you what was happening, kind of the substrate, and they would also show you kind of where on the hill, whether it was high on the hill, lower
Yep.
valley means that it's
Yep.
lower on the hill, which they have a completely different climate than the upper valley, whatever that is in French. The Hubert, I don't know.
Yeah.
The prime being right in the middle of the mountain.
There
Yeah.
you go.
That's
Is
where
there
the
a
prime grapes
word
are.
you can teach us with this particular wine? Is there something that we can learn?
Well, I mean,
Fabulicious.
Delicioso.
There
Cheers.
you go.
Cheers, cheers. I like the cheers, cheers, cheers.
Yeah, it's yummy.
well, I think the common phrase would be drinkability. This has a really good drinkability. It makes you want to revisit it.
Quaffable. We learned that word.
Quaffable.
Quaffable. That means it's drinkable.
Yes. So this is a really good hot weather wine. You know, if it's hot out, this would be nice, cold, crisp, refreshing because of the acidity and because of the slight creaminess. This would be great on your porch when
I agree.
Phoenix starts doing its thing.
Yeah,
Good
my,
timing. It's about to
yeah.
get there.
So my friends
Yes.
who are the namesake of the glasses that we're drinking,
Mercury.
wines. So they do Sauv Blanc, and I'm pretty sure that he does it French style, but it's in the neutral oak, and it's very not similar but different than this. Yeah, we're gonna go visit them this summer.
I'm going to.
That's right.
Yes.
Nice.
Chet, you invited?
Yeah, King is gonna be in Napa. We're gonna be in Sonoma, and then we're gonna
nice.
cause
We're staying with
trouble
Renee.
wherever we can.
And then we're going to meet up.
Beautiful.
Oh, totally.
Because Renee lives an hour away.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well done.
Check-
Yeah,
You're
and so
invited.
and then there's a bunch of Clear Creek area that has some really cool wineries. Thank you, sir.
We just poured ours out. If you
So we usually stick really close to Geyserville, just because we just like the area. We know a lot of people there. We've been going there a long time. But it's so much fun to go out and try different things. So how much of your wine is domestic? How much is it from all over the world?
It's kind of a split. I don't know the percentage, but I would say at least 1/3 of it is from
Old World.
not the U.S.
Okay.
We have Chilean wines. We have Spain. We get stuff from Croatia. We get stuff from Russia. We get. My motto is like, if it's you don't need to break the bank for good wine. You just need to know what you're looking for and then try a lot of things.
Right.
And then, like, I can't tell you how many times I've bought a wine and then Wine Spectator has caught on to it and then I can't get it anymore. And it doubles in price. And so you just need to know what you're looking for in your mind's eye. And then once you start playing around with it and you figure out how to tame your palate and you can, like, dissect it,
I like that. Tame your palate and dissect it. Ooh,
and
I like
then
that.
go to wine tastings and have fun with it, and then you'll know how to seek these wines out, and you can get really, really good wines for not too much money, honestly.
Well, that people want the value. Number one, and number two, it's fun to try different ones, and that's why Rewind is so incredible.
Yeah, it's fun to compare because I like the first one so much better than this one.
Okay, is this
this is the German one. This is the German one.
Yeah, this
and
one.
like you said,
oh yeah, I smell the German all over
it's
it.
So tart. It's so tart.
I like the first one.
It's
better,
interesting though. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
But I would never want to order a second glass of this one.
Well, this is interesting because
this is actually way better than the ones we had in Germany.
Wendy and I talked about.
It's interesting. It's not bad.
Almost a sour tart finish.
It's super acidic. Yeah.
But it makes your mouth water.
Yeah.
Like
it's
I love this. This would pair really well with food too. Like a good white fish, or even like a salad with some like sharp acidic fruit in it.
I know this sounds weird, but macaroni and cheese would be amazing with this.
Well, that's the thing is you have to remember wine changes with what you're eating.
So he just gave me
and
a
this
look.
would be incredible, like what you said.
Wine and food are basically two sides of the same coin.
You can't,
really
hide it.
I'm so sorry.
Especially with old world wine.
Hey, Jordan's talking here.
No, that's okay.
Guys,
Especially with old world wines, you have to realize that wine and food are two sides of the same coin. You will never sit down to a meal, possibly even breakfast, without a wine to accompany it. And so they're always together. And in America, we have that, but it's not as consistent of a thing. And so don't be afraid to play around with your food and wine pairings. And it's actually very, very simple to learn because you can match the flavors in the wine to what you're matching in the food. Like if this is like tart and acidic, get you something tart and acidic. Or this would go well with like a creamy cheese too, because it would balance it out.
This would be perfect with whitefish.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've been exploring actually American-made wines. We were over in New Mexico, and there's some New Mexican wines. There's Arizona wines has really taken a big leap in the last 10 years.
Do you have any Arizona wines yet?
We had Pillsbury. We had.
You do? Good job. You do?
Yeah. Oh, I love Pillsbury.
Oh,
Pillsbury.
great.
Shout out to
They're some
Pillsbury.
of our favorites.
Sam
One
is
of the few
one of
wineries
our
up there that's worth
favorite
my
guests.
time.
Yes, he's great.
He's a great guy.
We
Amazing.
love him. He's
Amazing
amazing.
guy.
So, question: is this something? How do we pronounce this? Bernhard. Is this something that you'll typically have, or is it you change it up?
That's in stock. Currently, it's in stock. Yeah.
Now, would
I
you
think it's
say
great.
that you guys carry are there other places that carry this particular wine? Or are you usually the only ones carrying the particular wines that you have?
I think we try our best to get wines that we think are going to be unique to our spot. You know, obviously some of the representatives that we have are going to be showing these wines to other places too.
Right.
But I think that we try to have things that are comfortable for people. So typical like Chardonnay, Sauv Blancs, Pinot Gris, like things like that. But we also like to bring in new things for those who are really interested in just
Trying
expanding their
something
wine
different.
palate.
Yeah, you guys have stuff I've never even heard of.
Right.
I also like to
this may
grab
not
things
be-
that aren't available in stores.
That's
Because there's a lot of wines that aren't available in retail.
Right.
That we can get, and so I like those as well.
But once again, you change it up, which I love because I've been there
We rotate
numerous
all the
times,
time.
and there's always different wines.
My
I'm like,
personal philosophy is if I have 8 people that live right around the corner and they always come to my bar, and each person drinks something different. I don't want anybody to get bored over a 3-hour time span.
Right.
And I want them to be able to keep coming into my bar and always finding something new. So if you drink a kombucha, if you drink cider, if you drink craft beer, and you like, if you like a Kolsch or an IPA, a hoppy or a West Coast or hazy, or if you drink wine and all those varietals, like you're always going to have something new because we're a small spot. We always rotate things. We have a couple things that stay, but a lot of it, I'd say easily close to 90% of it rotates.
I love that uniqueness. That it's not the same experience every time.
Well, yeah.
I love that. And can you book a birthday party? Like, I know Chet's birthday passed, but I was like wanting to throw him a surprise birthday party. We could do it at Rewind.
Yeah,
If you did it now, it's really surprising. All right, so Kinga, you were talking about value earlier. So
Yes.
from your guys' perspective, what's your porch pounder daily price range? What's your kind of mid-tier, and what's your guys' top tier kind of pricing levels, if you will?
That's a great question.
Yeah. I would say our entry level pricing is probably around $12 to $13. Our top tier doesn't get over 30. I think right now it's like 25.
30 is the top right now.
30 is the top right now.
Really? So 30 is the most expensive bottle of wine you guys have?
30 is
Per
the
glass.
most per glass that we have.
Yes.
Got
So
it.
if you want a
$90
bottle, you can get
If you
something more
want a bottle,
expensive.
it's usually 3 times the cost of a glass.
So 90. So under 100.
Yeah, under
Okay.
100. We're not going to have any bottles.
That's pretty
but
amazing.
You're definitely going to get what you pay for when
Right.
you do that.
So it's a good place to bring a date. They
Very
can't
much
pick
so.
they can't pick a glass of wine
So
or a bottle of wine that's $1,000.
How do you sell a $30 bottle or a glass of wine? I mean, the wine, once you open that bottle, only has a certain amount of time before you got to drink the rest of it.
That's why you need to love what you do. Yes,
So you get to partake.
You know well, no, you know the wine, and you know, like right now, I think it's the La Crema Cab is the most expensive one, and that's a Napa Cab, really solid, straightforward example of a really good Napa Cab that punches above its weight class for the price that you get.
Okay.
And so if they're looking for a Napa Cab, you're like, well, this one is better than what if you went to a steakhouse, you'd be paying $50 for this.
Right.
Like our prices are lower than like most restaurants and things like that. We can't compete with grocery; it's a different animal. But
Well, it's a different, like you say, it's a different wine too.
Yeah, it's a different.
It's far more manufactured wines than crafted wines, I would say.
Yeah, we do get some craft wines in. We have like a few organic wines too. Just depends on what you're looking for. We have a lot of like organic oranges and things like that.
Okay, so on the Bernhardt, we never talked about what grape it is.
Oh yeah, yes.
I don't know. What
so
kind of grape is
Sylvaner. Sorry,
What is it called?
Sylvaner.
I don't know. I've never heard of that grape. So is that
yes.
something specific to Germany?
Yes, that would be a German varietal.
Okay.
A
Okay.
fairly common one.
It's
And how do
probably
you spell
pronounced much harsher.
Yeah, Sylvaner.
How do you spell that?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
S-A-L-
To say it more angry.
S I
That's right, a little more
L
angry.
V-A-N-E-R.
V-I-N-E-R. Sylvaner.
Yep, S-I-L-V-A-N-E-R. Yep.
A-N-E-R. Okay.
And this is a Trocken. Oh wait, no, this is the Trocken. So it's a kind of Trocken, and so that just means it's going to be a drier version for this particular grape varietal.
They make good wine, but they sure are cranky.
Okay, and how would we describe this one, Sophie?
I would say it's probably like dry, slightly going to be dry, medium body. You're going to get kind of more crisp flavors to it, maybe some passion fruit. I think a little bit of orange in there, maybe some herbs as well. You might be able to taste some herbal grounds to it. You're not gonna get a lot of the minerality to it. It's still gonna be light and crisp.
Jolly Rancher.
Decently high acidity. Since it is in Germany, it's gonna be cooler weather, so lower on the sweetness, higher on the acidity. But this would be great with like some whitefish, maybe something a little buttery.
Cut
Some
through the
fat
fat of the big bratwurst or something.
What would you rate this one? Wait, let's start with the first one. Chet, what would you rate the first one from a scale from 1 to 10?
It's a 100-point scale, but I would give that first one a 94.
94? Okay. What would you rate it, Sophie?
I would choose.
I'm sorry.
She.
Oh, it's you this
Her
time.
Sauvignon Blancs are
I
our
did
least
it last
favorite
time.
varietal.
I do apologize. It is. I can. Oh, this is hard. I don't like Sauv Blancs, period.
Really?
But I can appreciate it for what it was and for the notes and the flavors. But I am not a Sauv Blanc person. Across
So what's
the
your
board.
favorite?
Of what?
But no, wait,
Of
what are we
white-
going to rate
of
this?
white
What am I
wine.
going to
We've
rate
got
this?
3 more wines to get done.
It is. It's a good wine.
It's a good
I
one.
would-
So what's your favorite wine?
I
White
would
wine.
rate that like an 8 out of 10,
Don't have
especially
one.
for like
Red
a
wine.
French Sauvignon Blanc.
Well, Chet wants to go 1 to 100, so like
All
94
right, so
points.
80 points out
80
of 100
points.
then. 8 out of 10,
Okay.
80. Yep.
I would say for me, I love this. I love white wine. I love this Sauvignon Blanc. I'd say 95 points. What would you give
That's
this?
the first one we tried?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd give that about a 90.
Okay, so 90, 95,
That was
80,
very good. Sauv
I'll
Blanc.
go with 85.
All right, there we go.
and 94.
Or I'll go to 93.
I'm a little
Okay.
I
biased.
want to leave a little
New
bit more
Zealand
room at the
Sauv
top.
Blanc.
Sophie,
Sorry,
do you do accents? You could do. This is
I do like
Cordy
French
from the
accents.
Russian. Not like
I
the
don't
Soviet
like
on the
this. I
ball.
cannot
This
do
one,
this. I do
this
not
one I
like
liked
it.
a little
Pick a
bit more,
number,
but like
please.
honestly, it's personal preference. When someone
Yeah,
walks
Wendy
in,
would like this more. Wendy loves this.
absolutely.
Wendy
When
loves
someone's
this.
like, "Oh, what's your favorite wine?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "What do you like out of your wines?"
Mhm.
I always bounce that question back because I'm
Right.
like, it's a different thing.
Well, that's what
I
I've learned.
really liked this one. Like,
Mhm.
I
I
would
do
drink
too.
this at my
I love it.
house.
No, I thought it was
Yeah,
great.
so
thought it
I
was
would
great.
rate this like a 90, 95.
Okay,
Like,
and Sophie?
I'll put it at a 91.
Okay, Chet, what would you rate the German one? Sylvania.
87.
87?
I will rate it a little lower. I would say it is more, maybe at 85.
Is that a combination of French and German?
I don't know.
It sounded like Borat. My wife.
And I would rate this, I would say 92. I've grown to love German wines, drinking with Wendy.
Yep.
And she's taught me about tart wines, and when I pair it with different foods, I would say 92. Did Gabe get a drink of this?
No, he's still working on his first
Oh,
one.
you gotta. Do you want to pour that one out, or do you want?
Oh,
to
no,
do
First
it?
one was better.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, see, the thing about the Germans, the most popular German wine is, we're out of beer.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's funny because I'm somebody that's not a beer person, and that's where everybody's taste buds are different. Like when I
Yeah.
come into Rewind, I'm going to drink your wine,
Yep.
but I have friends that will only drink beer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And then there are those who like to switch back and forth.
yes.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. There you go. Yeah.
Now, I like red wines, but I have to be super careful because I have a sensitivity to nitrates, and they use those a
yeah.
lot
Getcha.
in the red wines, and
Mhm.
so that becomes a difficulty. But they're so good.
Now, if I'm at one of Chet's deep Chetty music productions and he's performing, they don't have good wine there, so I have to have a beer, and I drink an IPA, and I enjoy it.
There you go.
So I actually do like IPAs.
I
Do you have
I
IPAs?
smuggle it
Absolutely.
in my underwear.
I do like IPAs.
There's 35, 40 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm-
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, hold on. This is important. He just
Secret
said
pockets.
Oh, no, that's
how
all right.
many
Oh, I'm
how
sorry.
many IPAs
Sophie's
do
getting
they
me in
have?
trouble.
Around
Oh, wait, what are we
30.
tasting on now, though?
Yeah.
I don't want
Wait,
to interrupt
Yeah.
the
how many
IPA.
IPAs?
Around 30 IPAs.
Wow. So
Yeah.
tell us about this
Quite
one now,
easily.
Jordan.
Okay.
I
Joaquin.
feel like it's the View. The show The View. Everyone talks at the same
No,
time.
that shit is
Everyone's arguing.
cringy.
We're having a ball.
It's
That's
cringy,
why.
is that what
Having
you're
a
saying?
It's
great
good,
time.
but that's
This
what's
is
so
such
good.
good wine.
But I love that.
So this
We
has
want
definitely
that.
got a little bit deeper color. And this is a Sauv Blanc as well.
No.
No.
I like that a
I
lot.
wasn't paying attention.
Yummy. Well, that's good. You're having fun.
I'm having fun.
You're having fun. That's what it's about. If it's not fun, why would you do it?
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right.
Alright.
Well, I love this. Is this like one of your top sellers?
This is our top white wine right now.
Ooh.
Really?
Oh, I love
Yes.
this.
Or well, the top selling, like not top selling, but I guess the top of my list. My most expensive white wine right now.
And how much you get for a bottle? I mean, how much you pay? Would we pay for a bottle there?
I believe
Everyone.
this one is $25.75. I
Mhm.
think maybe less. It could be 22.
That's delicious.
That is
Per glass.
extremely
Yeah, I
affordable
think it's
for
like
an
that, but I can't
amazing
remember.
white wine.
But this is one of my favorites. A Spanish wine.
So that's
I mean-
so
Sounds
around
great,
66 a bottle then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so
something like that.
so if you're at Rewind and you want the whole
Oh.
bottle, it's
Oh.
about 66 for a bottle.
Not quite.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. The
I
price.
misunderstood.
How much would it be?
So I'm gonna. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's gonna be somewhere between $60 to $75 for a
Okay,
bottle.
okay, for a bottle. It's so good.
Now
It's
that
so-
is
that is
that's
really-
a 95
Spanish
right
wine.
there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Spanish wine. I love
Okay,
Spanish
I
wine.
would give this a 98. I like
Spanish and
something
French, I
with
think,
it
are my
more.
two
We
favorites.
have a
Drink it all.
winner.
I wanted,
This is
I wanted to bring two
Sauvignon.
different kind of
Do
wines,
you
like a
remember
rather
this?
dry, crisp wine that was really
I love
light,
that.
and then another one that's a
Uh,
little
Gabe-
bit more sweet,
Gabe is
but
ready.
kind of like medium
This is our
body,
favorite
a little more,
engineer.
Oh yeah, you'll like this one,
minerality.
Gabe.
Gabe, do you want to
send,
come over?
Send Gabe some
Gabe,
of
come
the
on over.
Spanish wine.
Come on over, Gabe.
Here,
We'll get
just
some
give
love.
me your glass.
Here, Gabe.
That
Come
is one
Let's
of
get
them.
you in the camera here.
So
This is
the
Gabe.
Mercury folks,
Here's the best
2 years
engineer.
ago
Woo,
went
sound
to
engineer.
Spain for a trip
Gabe.
and just fell in
Appreciate it.
love with the Spanish
Shout out
wines.
to Gabe.
So he started making Albareños and all Tempranillos
So
and all
this is
sorts of fun
a
stuff.
this is a Godeo. This is a Jacqueline Robideo
Mhm.
from 2021, and
It's from Spain, you said?
yes.
And what is the grape?
And I
It's
think
Godeo.
yeah, Godeo is the varietal.
Gadeo?
Yeah.
Gadeo.
Yep.
You drink it, you'll have a good day.
Yeah.
Come on in, hey.
Godelo. Good
Well,
day.
it's aptly named. This is my favorite one so far.
It's
Mine
sort of
too.
a combination
Mine too.
between it doesn't
Mine
have the
too.
funk of a Sauvignon Blanc, but it has a little bit of the acidity of a Sauvignon Blanc without the funk and like a little bit of Chardonnay. It's in between
Yes,
the two.
you're right.
Yeah.
You should start writing a book about wine because without the funk. I love that.
I would-
without the funk.
I would be beaten
a
up by so
baseline
many
to
wine
drop
experts if
behind
I
you.
wrote a book about wine.
No, but that's what's fun because you make it funny.
I doubt those
By
people
sommeliers.
fight.
I would be attacked on the street by
I
sommeliers.
won't know if I work for you
I know,
anymore.
right?
I'd be
I know
like,
she would leave.
I would leave.
She would leave. She's like, "You're writing a book."
This is
They
so
would just
good.
give you dirty
Yes.
looks, though. They
Yeah,
wouldn't actually do
definitely.
anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Chet, what would you rate this one?
96. It's very
Okay,
good.
okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I said 98. What about Sophie?
I'll go with 95.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
It's-
And Jordan?
95. Yeah.
It's
it's
Ninety-five?
very
yummy. Yeah,
What about you?
95. Yeah, I would. This is
I could
definitely
drink this
my
every
favorite.
day and not even get angry at it.
Yeah.
Same
I love this one.
here.
Yeah.
Please don't take
Because
this off your
this
list.
is definitely, I can tell it's got as it gets colder and as it gets warmer, the taste profile is going to change. So
It's going to
depending
open up
on-
and it's going to get
Yes.
fuller as it gets warmer.
And that's one of the things I love about more complex
Yeah.
white wines.
Yeah, it's got nice minerality to
Mhm.
it. It's got a nice body to it.
Mhm.
You still got a little bit of those citrus notes. There's still some floral notes in there as well.
It's very well
It
balanced.
tastes some
doesn't-
honeydew.
It
A little
doesn't
bit
have
of
that
honeydew.
funk, yeah, like you say, that funk in the nose.
I love that.
Just
Is that
But it's got
It's
floral. It's almost like
very
jasmine.
Yes, it
yes.
does.
Yeah.
Yes, I taste a little bit of
very
gardenia.
clean, crisp
Yeah, you got some.
scent. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you
not
taste
as-
the gardenia?
It's not as citrusy as a Sauv Blanc, but
You,
Yeah.
are you trying to make me spit my
I
wine
was
out?
trying. Anyway,
I got some stone fruits on there.
Shout out to Gardenia.
we love her. We love her. When I come up with some unusual descriptions of wine, I know Chet's trying not to laugh because he.
No, it's just funny.
Everybody, their tastes are a little bit different. Like there's like they go on, for the most part, wine has like specific notes that people follow, but for the most part, we all have our own taste. So like what could taste like gardenia to you could taste like green pepper to me for all we know, right? Like it could
True.
be, like it's strange. So like
Yeah.
when we're asking for people's palates, it's like they'll like give me a word, juicy or something. I'm like, can you just describe what that means to you, like, so I can understand that a little bit better because everybody's palate is different. My version of that could not be the same as yours.
Yes.
So help me understand a little bit more.
But
and
I think it's
figure shit out.
exciting that everybody can have their own version of it, like you're
Absolutely.
saying,
Absolutely.
right? And
No,
what
it's fun.
they're tasting.
And I like to get
It'd
people's
be
feedback
boring
to see
otherwise.
who's
If
Totally.
everything tasted exactly the same
Yeah.
and everybody liked the same thing, it'd be so
Yeah,
boring.
that's so true.
Definitely something I've learned in this industry is that everybody likes vastly different
Well,
things.
think about it. Some people don't like Italian food. Some people don't like Chinese food. Some people,
Boy, they're missing
but
out.
some people love Mexican food and some people don't. I mean,
No,
Yeah.
it's very true. Some people just like chicken nuggets, and more power to them.
And that the spirit of that's exactly what can make wine fun. It doesn't have to be pretentious. It doesn't have to be highfalutin. It can be like it can be what Julia Child did for French cooking.
Oh,
You
I
know,
love that.
you can bring
Yes.
it down to the ground floor.
Yes.
It can still be elaborate, but it doesn't have to be impossible. You know,
So true.
You can just grab like 5 bottles and taste with your friends, and then talk about it. And then if you find one you really love, nerd out on that. Read about read about where it comes from. Read about the terroir.
Go
read about
visit.
because then the next time you taste wine, you're like, you know what? I really liked this one. It was grown in clay. I like Spanish whites that are grown in sandy clay soil. Then
That
you
opens
you
up a
start
whole
building.
universe.
Yeah, you start building your roadmap, and then you know
With
where to go.
clay.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, and
That's
before
such
you
good
know it,
advice.
you're out wining all of your friends.
That's
And then
right.
you're thinking this. For me, this one is the most quaffable, and I didn't even know until today because I never tried this before.
There you go.
Because whenever I come into your place, I always choose red.
I mean, there you go.
You know what? You've got to do a monthly show here with us because you're so like eloquent, articulate, and knowledgeable. Even though you're so humble about it, but you really are. And so your sidekick Sophie is like. You guys are
Yeah,
great.
She
did not
is
like
psychic
that.
Sophie. I love that. Let's make that stick, guys. We need to make that stick.
Well, I mean, you're the boss. And
So,
she's
I
your
tell
manager.
myself
really?
I'm the boss.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a discussion later.
Do we have
What is
another
this one?
empty
What is
glass?
this one?
Because I don't want to pour
We're
this
getting
one
to
out.
this in a
Okay.
moment. We're gonna-
Oh, good. I don't have to pour this one out. I'm going to put.
But we have more of that.
This one is a very interesting color.
It's like a salmon color.
One more glass.
So this is this is
Here
a
we go.
French rosé.
Oh, I like
I don't have to pour this one out.
It's like amber, not salmon.
Guys,
Okay.
No, that's salmon.
Well,
So-
it says salmon on the bottle.
So a
When you
rosé
describe
is
it.
basically a red wine that they let sit for a short period of time, and then they take the skins off the top, and that's where you get the color.
And a lot of
they
times
don't
the-
give it that much time.
Right, and a lot of times the juice is white, but the skin is red.
Yes.
The juice is always white.
Interesting.
The
Yep.
pulp is always good. It's a
The
black
color
grape or
comes
green
from the
grape.
skins.
Interesting.
Correct.
Yep.
The pulp is always the same regardless of what the skin is.
Interesting.
So this is the Reserve de Charles. This is a Tavel, from Tavel. And Tavel is the only appellation in the Rhone Valley from France that specializes in rosé wines, strictly. And
Can you
the
repeat that? I was kind of. You say that again.
Now, this is my
Certainly.
favorite.
Tavel is
Please.
the only appellation in the Rhone Valley that specializes in rosés only.
Interesting. I did not.
Yeah.
So it's rosés only in the appellation.
Yes.
Well, they know how to
Yeah.
do them, and they're good.
Okay,
This
isn't that
really
great?
good.
Yeah.
So this is not as tart. This does not seem to be as acidic
Oh, I love that.
to me.
So delicious. Mmm.
Yeah, with this you get subtle aromas of red fruit, toasted almond.
Mm.
It would be good as an aperitif or white meat, soft cheese, things like that.
What does aperitif mean? I don't know.
Aperitif?
Isn't that an after dinner drink?
It's
Or
these two
before.
teeth.
No,
It's
it's before.
aperitif.
Prepare. To prepare.
Yes.
To
yeah.
prepare your palate. Okay, I didn't know if it was after or before. Well, because what's the one that's after your dinner?
Mm.
There's something. Oh, gosh.
Dessert.
No, you're so funny. There's a wine that's for after. Shoot, I can't
A
remember.
Like a
what it's called.
port?
Liquid bonding in a bottle.
That's right.
I
Should
can't
we-
remember the term.
No,
I
you're
know
right,
which-
there is a
I know
term.
of what you're saying, I just can't
Gabe,
remember it right now.
Can you look up what is the wine called that is meant to cleanse your palate after you eat your dinner?
Yeah, like a dessert wine or.
There's a name for
there's-
it. I
yeah,
can't
there's
remember.
definitely
But you're so
ice
What do we call
wine,
this? That's before
Moscatos,
your-
those kind of
An
things, I
aperitif?
guess.
how do you pronounce that?
Aperitif.
Aperitif. Okay,
Yes.
so that prepares you for your meal.
Mhm.
Okay, so you have this before your meal.
So it should be preparative.
Aperitif.
10 points for
Those are
Gryffindor.
Darn French. 10 points for Gryffindor.
Oh, that's really delicious. I don't know that one's like I love rosés and I think that might be one of my favorites. That was
Yeah,
really
it's great.
good.
Yeah,
It
that
is great.
It's sweet without being sweet. There's no sugar. There's no residual sugar, but it's got a sweetness to it.
It's definitely quaffable. You could drink this all day long by the pool,
This
You
is
know?
a porch pounder.
and you
for
could.
sure.
And don't you think you could eat anything
actually,
with this?
aperitif can be before or after. a
Oh,
meal.
all right.
Oh, okay,
perfect.
good. That's important.
Thanks, Google.
Okay.
Thanks, Google.
Aperitif is
Yes.
before.
We
or
love
after.
Before
our
or
overlords.
after a meal. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I
So
love
double
that.
trouble.
Oh, double trouble. Double trouble.
Double trouble.
Double
That's right. It is very good. Even the Russians like this.
I don't know what I just did.
Gee. You need to be our tour guide in Russia.
I'd get arrested. I almost got arrested in Florida doing a Russian accent. So I don't think I
You're
want
a
to do
Russian
that.
spy.
You
Get
have to
out.
try hard to
They
get
thought-
arrested in Florida. That's
It's not as hard as you think.
Oh.
Like,
Well,
really
weren't you
doesn't
there for
arrest
spring
anybody.
break?
No, I was
Arresting
actually
everybody
there
left
for
and
a
right.
police convention.
that makes it so much better. There's a lot to unpack.
There's a
to that.
lot to
Oh,
unpack there.
yeah.
That was,
Oh,
Yeah, wait,
That's
we
a whole
can't
separate
just-
episode.
yeah,
we
we
can't
can't
just
just-
not
yeah.
do this.
Absolute gold.
Okay, so we have to all rate this. How do we pronounce this again?
Shout out to my friend Michelle. You know who you are.
No, I'm sorry. It's a Reserve de Chasles, which is the winery or the vineyard, and then Tavel is the appellation that it's from.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And,
like-
and that appellation only has rosé. You said.
It's the
earlier.
it's the only one that specializes in rosé. Well, yes, actually, strictly. So then that would mean that that's the only thing that they do there.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, because
So
you
yes.
said that earlier. Okay.
Yes.
So
sorry.
so how do we actually pronounce it? Tavel or Tavel?
I would say Tavel is French. So Tavel.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
So-
I'd have to put some marbles in my mouth to be able to pronounce it
Tavel?
correctly. Tavel. It's
Tavel?
probably TV.
Tavel.
Maybe.
I just
Yeah.
love the
How do you
color
rate
of
it?
it. Like that'd be
No
a
matter
great
how I
bottle
say it,
to
I'm
just
gonna
have
sound like
in
an
the-
American.
Right, exactly.
On the
Same.
shelf.
I'm gonna sound
Yes.
dorky. So I'm gonna
fully aware.
rate it a little bit better than the last one that I rated 95. I'll give this one a 96. I like it a little better.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's really good.
I give it 99 for rosé.
Oh, wow.
I love it. 99. And
It's good.
how about Jordan?
full fruit, not too acidic,
not
very
at all.
very quaffable.
Mm-hmm.
Since that's
Extremely
the word of the
quaffable.
day, brought to you by the letter Q.
That's right.
I'd say like a 98 for a rosé. This is actually really, really good. I usually like them a little lighter, but this is not bad.
That's our title. Quaffable wines with Rewind.
There you go.
My goodness. Can you write that down, Gabe? Quaffable wines with Rewind.
I love it.
The wine, Rewind the Wine Bar or Rewind?
Beer and wine.
Rewind beer and wine.
Perfect.
we go.
Okay.
There
And
we
Chet, what would you rate this? And did we say Sophie's?
A 92.
All right.
Did we do Sophie's?
Right, I'm gonna be an asshole here, and I don't like this at all.
Oh.
I'm so
I like
sorry.
the
If
honesty.
I'm just gonna be real, I can't lie.
No,
I am not
I
a
like
fan.
that. Otherwise, it doesn't even seem believable.
I mean, this is. I'll be nice and put it at a 75, but it is not. This
It's
is my
not
least
your
favorite.
Okay.
Because we had a Sama, we've had this wine on the show before with our wine expert Richard Betts,
Mhm.
and he says this is his favorite rosé
Oh,
in the
that's
world.
right.
In the world.
That
And
is
that,
in the
right.
world.
and again, different
that's
palates,
interesting.
All
different
right, so
strokes
we
for
need
different
to have
folks.
a,
Yeah, but I like that.
I'm sorry.
maybe a wine battle.
Don't be
between
sorry
Richard
for
and
having your
Sophie.
taste. That's a good thing.
So sorry.
No, it's a
I
good
like it.
thing.
No, it's a good
we,
thing.
We embrace that.
Those are my
Sophie.
favorite shows because like
Absolutely.
Richard Betts was on shows with Wendy.
It would be so boring if people
Yeah.
came
Oh,
on
they
there and like
never-
100,
they never
100,
do.
And
No,
this is
it's-
what
it's
makes your
too-
podcast
it's-
so personable.
Yes.
Is you allow individual voices, you allow
We love
individual
it.
points of view, and
Well,
we
yeah,
can
we
all
want
bounce it
points of
back
view.
and forth.
And there's nothing you can say wrong.
Right, exactly.
There's no wrong answer.
Especially when it comes
Except
to
for my
liking
pronunciation
something.
of Tavel.
No, it's too acidic to me. It's too the fruits too unripe. The
Thank
taste
you.
for it.
Thank
It's
you.
like unripe.
I'm here all week. Try the
like
beer.
an unripe strawberry or unripe
All right.
pomegranate. Like that's
Let's
what it
schedule you
reminds
for
me of.
April.
Unripe red
Okay.
fruit. That's then the acidity. It's too high for me. For me to
So
enjoy
for
it.
a white, what's your top type of white? I'm not going
Could mine get dumped first?
What's your
Ready for the next
top
space.
type? And top 3 type of red.
Oh
type of-
gosh, dang,
To-
that's
your
hard.
your
Yeah.
flavor palette.
Yeah, that's hard.
Like do you
I
like
should have had
big
the
bold
Jeopardy
cabs?
game queued up.
That's a good
Do you
question.
like old
no, yeah,
vine
no,
gin?
they're
You
great.
like
Your
Malbec?
questions are fantastic. I love this.
I do too.
But also, it's so hard to be able to answer. So
Thank you.
whites, I guess. I'm not a big white fan, but I'd
Okay.
say my the ones that I do enjoy this like the Godello, absolutely delicious. Like I really enjoy a nice Chenin Blanc.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
a big fan
Oh,
of that.
I love Shannon Blanc.
Do love that, and then
Yeah, Shannon Blanc's
a
so
bit
great.
liner.
I don't know.
But what?
Gruner-
Do you like
Gruner?
any
Liner.
rosés at all?
You know,
Or no?
not anymore. Is my palate touch. I used to really enjoy
Okay.
rosés,
Yeah.
but I don't know. They just
Evolved.
yeah, so I just am not a huge rosé person.
They're not quaffable to you.
They're not necessarily, no, and especially if it's bubbly. I can't do anything bubbly, so
Okay.
that I can stay away from. And then
Do you guys have bubbly at Rewind?
Yeah. we try and get us a little variety of everything. So
We have a Brut Rosé and we also have a Prosecco.
You do?
and we have
Yeah.
Moscato.
Wow.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you have
Moscato
any
as well.
champagne?
Nope.
No, at the
It
current
doesn't
time.
move
You should
fast
have that.
enough. It doesn't move fast enough.
Well, you can get it everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I think
also,
people prefer Prosecco over
You
the
might get a
champagne.
couple that's in there and they want to have some champagne. And
That's
then, you know,
well,
Talk
we'll
'em into
stash one in the
something
back
else.
corner of the fridge. It'll be an off-menu thing.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. There you go. Okay, what are we drinking?
I'll let you take the reins on this because this was your pick. This is one of Sophie's favorites.
This is one of
Interesting.
I just got this in.
Look at it.
One of my reps brought this in. She brought in a Sicilian winemaker, and I tried some of their wines, and this is one of the ones. There were
Oh,
two
so
that I
this is
chose.
Sicilian?
This is a Sicilian wine.
Wow, I love it.
I've never tried it. It's Picone.
Oh,
I'm probably
nose on this.
mispronouncing that, but I'm gonna just go with that.
Picone?
Yeah, it's
Is it Pericone?
Sure.
It is.
Very
Good
cool.
Pericone.
Very
Pericone.
cool. Very
Pericone.
cool.
That's how you
Pericone.
pronounce it.
I am not
That's
Italian. I
Pericone.
speak really
I looked
bad
it up
English.
earlier.
I'm a purebred American, so please forgive me.
That's a Pericone.
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 My mother's gonna be like, "You're
No,
raised in
make
Italian
it
family.
Italian.
Be better." I'm like, "Oh, shit."
Oh, you've been sleeping with the fishes.
My bad. Yeah. Will you drink that and pour me some more? I think I got cold in there.
Pericone. Pericone.
I really love this. This is one of their favorites. This is it's really interesting. You're gonna get some like chocolate, maybe
Yes.
some cherry,
I
maybe a
taste
little
chocolate.
bit
I taste
some
chocolate.
tobacco, even.
And then
You know,
the
maybe
palate,
even some
yep.
some I want to say bouillon almost, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, you could taste all those. It's a nice medium to full body, you know,
Really
but it's
long.
it's
I
a
taste the
very
berries.
full finish. Yep, you're going to get a lot of dark fruit, sweet fruit berries, but
Yes.
it's not going to be
I
too
taste
sweet.
blueberries.
The tannins and the acids are going to be beautifully balanced among one another. You're not going to get too much of a dry mouth, but you're not going to get too much dry acidity either. It's just going to be really nice and full, well balanced.
It has
The finish is going to be
of
so
a
great.
Russian River Pinot, but it's different.
Right,
It's
it is
so good.
literally. This
palate's
is one of my
really
new
long on
It's
favorite
unique.
wines.
It's
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I
It's got
sold
like
this
an 8 to 10
yesterday.
second palate.
Yeah.
This is our. How much does this cost at
Well, and
Rewind?
then
This one
it
is
actually,
not
like,
that bad.
It goes up at the end, like
It does.
Hmm
wow.
I think this one sells for
Wow.
Per glass
per
and per
glass
bottle.
per bottle. My per bottle things are a little bit different, but
Just per glass.
Per glass, I think this one goes for about
Because we want people to go there.
I think it's like 20, 22, something like that.
It's so delicious.
But it
It's
is
incredible.
absolutely worth it. I sold it to a customer. They were asking me about it. Like, what's this? I was like, you have to try it. And like, we were talking about it. And just me talking to him about it, and the lady sitting next to him was like, I want what he's having. Because as soon as he took a sip,
So
That
good.
happens
as
a
soon as
lot
he
in
took
your
a sip, he
place.
was all like,
Right?
oh my
There's a
God,
lot
this
of
is the best
FOMO
thing I've
that
had in the
happens
longest
at your
time. And I'm like,
place.
look, we have some of the wines, yes, are they a little bit
Harry
higher
Met
priced?
Sally?
Sure, but that's because they are great
Yeah.
quality.
Yes.
I'll have what she
But
said.
can I say that some people might get scared away and think, oh, the wines can be 20 plus a glass. You guys have glasses of wine for $10, don't you?
I think it started like 12.
11
A
is
12.
going to be
12, yeah.
11
Okay.
is going to be the lowest,
Yeah.
but between
But
So if
in
it's a
this-
first
but
date,
in
you can
around
say-
here,
well,
that's-
in happy
that's
hour you get a
smoking
$1
deal.
off. So
It's decent.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, because
There you go.
most
Actually, I think
places
Carmel
around
Road
here are
starts
going to be
at 10,
starting
so
at
10 would be
15.
the
lowest.
Most.
Well,
Postino's, I think, starts around 12.
yeah.
Yeah.
so you guys have 12, and then if it's happy hour, it's $1 off.
Close to 12, I think.
10 is going to be the lowest. Carmel
Yeah,
Road is going to be
10.
lowest. After that, you're going to get $11,
Our house
and
10.
then
Mhm.
and then
10, 11.
and then you're just
Okay.
going to go up there. So 10 is going to be the lowest, and then all the way up to 30.
So if it's a first date, you can take them to happy hour at Rewind.
Yeah,
Sure.
about $30 for a bottle of wine for the two of you. Fantastic.
Yeah. But
There
also,
you go. There
if it's
you
your
go.
first date, might I offer a little bit of advice?
There we
I
go.
would
Oh,
rather
I love this.
I would
Jordan.
rather have one glass of good wine
I love that.
than 8 glasses of wine that you're going to regret later.
Slap the bad.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So don't take out a lush.
Right. You can spend the same amount of money, but do you want quality or do you want quantity? I would prefer quality.
I would
Yes.
too. I
Because
would
you
too.
can sit with this for an hour and you're not going to get tired of it.
Yep.
No, it's
Compared to something
delicious.
else that you're going to just do like a porch pounder,
Mhm.
it doesn't hit the same.
A porch pounder.
This is better for
not.
your soul,
This
yeah,
is so
right.
great.
you know?
Sophie, how would you
This is-
describe this? Like,
Mm.
what are the notes? Like, what are we tasting?
Well, she said
Already
already.
did
She already said
chocolate,
chocolate. She
blueberries,
said
plum.
tobacco.
Plum.
I get plum, I get
Tobacco,
herb.
okay.
Yeah, like so a lot of dark, sweeter, riper black fruits is what you're going to get on there. You're going to again it's a little bit of tobacco, some smokiness. You're going to get a little bit of that bouillon, so you're going to kind of feel that kind of a full fat flavor in there.
Yeah,
So
I get-
you know,
I get
nice.
all
And,
of
and do we
that.
get sediment with
Blackberries,
this
dark
wine?
cherries.
I wouldn't necessarily get any sediment in it. I wouldn't say
Stone
so,
fruit.
but
Chad, do you know what sediment is? It's that.
Sand.
It's kind of like the remnants of the grape that like sit at the bottom of your wine, and you're like, what is that? You know, this is a bad bottle, but
The
remnant.
nose on this one is very interesting too.
It is so.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's just
The
as fun
bouquet.
to smell.
I love this bouquet.
you get some nice floral smell on that, and it's almost like you're smelling the flowers and the ripe berries at the same time.
Do we have another glass for Gabe to try this one? Gabe,
see
you
what
wanna
I
try this
got.
The
one?
bouquet.
The bouquet.
It has a lovely
They're
bouquet.
a very
Okay.
fancy glass.
Mhm.
Did you know I'm going to be
Definitely has
studying all
lots
this?
of- It's a very complex wine. It's
I
got a lot
wanna-
of
It
That's what
is.
she's going on.
Very
primary,
I'm
secondary,
gonna sound
tertiary notes to it as well.
When is your
So with some
when are you going
pasta?
for your Psalm 1?
It's
Can
not
you
a
pass
This would
psalm.
be
It's just
crazy.
I want to
Okay.
make sure that's the
Interesting.
thing. It's
I'm having a lot of
wine
fun. I love this.
certification, but I would not call it psalm.
I'm
Psalm
going to
is a
Psalm
completely
school.
different thing.
I'm
So
going to Psalm school. I'll be ready to work at Rewind.
corrected.
Will you hire me, Jordan? At least one day a week?
I would love to, but we're full up right now, darling. But I will let you know.
Okay, when somebody quits.
Yes.
When
Yes.
somebody quits. But I haven't finished my Psalm school yet.
Ah.
It might
Do you want to
take
have
like-
somebody drink all the wine? Do no work? Hire King.
Cheers, that's
Yeah.
right.
That might be a
damn.
wee bit conflict of interest.
Yeah, that's true.
There we go. Gabe, do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Yeah. Well, Gabe, what was your favorite so far? First, second, and third.
I like the first one a lot.
All right.
Okay, the first one, that was a Sauvignon Blanc.
The
That
The
was
French
this
Sauv
one.
Blanc. Yep.
So he liked this one the best, okay. That was the first one. What was your second one?
I know, I told you.
When you curse unintentionally.
What was your second
you can curse
favorite
on
one?
the show, it's
Probably
I
okay.
don't pick
this
bad
one.
wines.
His
No,
favorite,
you do not.
second favorite is this one.
Yeah, the red.
Yeah, this one's pretty up
I've
there.
always
I
liked
will
that
have
about
to
you,
say.
so-
What
Red.
grape
I
is
do
this one,
really like this one.
Jordan?
That's the one we talked about, the Pericone.
Yeah,
But I know
Bericone.
Pericone, but what's the
That-
grape?
That is the grape.
that is the grape.
That's the
That's
grape?
the grape.
Bericone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I thought that was the name of the wine.
No,
No.
her is the name of the wine.
Yep.
Her.
Pericone is the grape.
Regano is the name of the winery.
Of the winery. Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
her. Okay.
If a grape could
okay.
push you around, that's what it would be named.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Well, remember there was that skin
Who'd you
doctor?
hire as a bouncer? Pericone.
That's
nice.
the Pericone.
Well, there was Dr.
Oh,
Pericone.
Pericone's on tonight? Yeah.
Do you
we're
remember
gonna
Dr.
be fine.
Pericone? Oh, look him up.
Sounds like Dr. Oz.
He's a
That
famous
was so
doctor.
anticlimactic.
I know.
No more backstory. I'll look him up. Next thing.
Look him up.
What
Okay,
are you talking about?
Gabe.
Who
Can
is
you look
that?
up Dr. Pericone?
Why don't you just tell us? Why do you have to look it up?
He was-
Give us a little backstory.
I think that what I remember is
Have you
that
just heard the name? You
No,
didn't know anything
I'll
about
tell
it
you,
either?
I'll tell
You need to
what
look
I
it up
think
too.
I remember. Okay, hold on. Dr. Pericone.
What
It's
about
not-
him?
Can you look him up? What is he famous for? What I remember, let's test my memory. We're doing a test. Dr. Pericone was famous for thinking that vitamin C, citrus was really anti-aging for your skin. Can you look it up, please? And he started,
I think he was the doctor who.
it's spelled like this. Do you need the bottle?
Um,
Can you hand him this bottle? Because Gabe is always going to look up
There's
our
a
info.
joke here somewhere.
No, I'm serious. Somebody look it up.
That'd be
Dr.
hilarious.
Pericone
Okay.
was famous for
It'd be really hilarious
thinking,
if his name was spelled exactly like the grape varietal.
I think it
It
is.
is, yeah.
It is.
Discovered.
It is.
He discovered that vitamin C takes away your aging on your face, and that you have to
Weight
put
loss, tra-la-la-la.
vitamin C. He was the vitamin C expert.
Self-help books about weight loss and maintaining the appearance of youth have been criticized for being
See?
controversial
So
and
just because
unsupported
the same
claims.
spelling
Let her
is
finish. Let her
great.
finish.
Supported
But
by-
was it?
But what does that have to do with it?
Hold on, I don't
It's
know.
Dr. Oz's pen name.
But was it about vitamin C?
That has nothing to do with wine, though.
It, is
Please
it
don't
doesn't
sue
say
us,
anything
Dr.
about.
Oz.
I'm going to research it, and we're
Please.
going to talk about it on the next show. I know Dr. Pericone had something to do with anti-aging and vitamin C. He spilled. He would always spill the lemons.
Well, we have got to have
and
this
it would
wine.
stain things, and he
if he's
realized
gonna
that
be on
you
this
can
show.
lighten and anti-age your
You
skin.
went from
Right.
telling everybody else to look it up to you knowing everything about it. So, is it?
Okay.
It's
Old
called
lady.
delegating, Chet.
And we're getting. I mean, we've been.
We're creating
We're getting a little
dissent for
sidetracked.
debate.
Now we're getting a little
Okay, Jordan, take the wheel. Take the
Uh,
wheel.
Somebody.
Take the wheel.
Somebody.
So yes, to wrap up, we started with the French Sauvignon Blanc, the Vincent Lacour.
Okay.
Pretty good. We
And what is
actually,
the grape on that one?
it's a Sauvignon Blanc.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, and that was from. Is that the one that had
France.
the clay
That's from
soil?
France. Yes,
Yep.
that's the sandy and clay soil.
Okay,
Yes.
clay soil terroir.
Yep.
Very quaffable.
Yeah.
We all rated this very high.
The other one was a hit or miss amongst this crowd. It was the German, the Bernhard,
Bernhard.
the
It was a
Sylvaner.
job.
That was
Uh,
not Chet's favorite.
Super tart, almost a sour finish, but you know what? Like it's got good strong fruit in it, and
I loved it. Wendy's favorite.
It's good. Yeah, it just depends on your palate preference.
Yes.
Uh,
From Germany.
The third one, correct. The third one, this was Italian, the walk-in.
No, that's Spanish.
Ooh,
Oh,
sorry.
Spanish.
Espanol.
Da-da-da-da.
No, it's
Thank you,
Italiano.
I lose 5 points.
That's
Yes,
right.
he does. He does.
Minus
It's
5
the
points
Joaquin
for Slytherin.
Thank God he
Robedo?
brought you, Sophie. Thank God he brought you.
Robedo. Yes. Gadeo is the varietal, Godello. This one everybody really liked. It was
Loved.
it was
Loved.
yeah, it was a
Loved.
smooth one. It was like half between like a Sauv Blanc without the funk and
Yes.
Chardonnay.
No fun.
And to be
We're-
fair, the German one, I didn't think it was bad. It just wasn't
No.
for my palate.
And this
Yeah.
is
Just
what I
like
always
the
say.
rosé
Like
wasn't
I
for
don't
mine.
know.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
why I
great.
was giving it a good rating.
If
Yeah,
somebody
it's
put
not
it in
your
front of me,
cup
I
of
would
tea.
drink it.
Exactly.
Chet, but it might
I
be
would
your
not drink
girlfriend.
You
rosé.
wouldn't
Or your
drink
new
it.
date's
I would take
cup
cups
of
of
tea.
CC and then
Yes,
be
I
done.
wouldn't say something bad. I just wouldn't order nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Doing great.
And then what about Pericone?
Oh, wait,
yes.
the rosé though.
Oh,
That's up next.
rosé.
Yep. Then we got the Taval.
Taval.
Taval of French rosé. From the
Appellation.
Appellation Taval, where it's the only appellation in the Rhone Valley that specializes in rosé
Rosé.
strictly, right?
And extremely
we-
quaffable.
Yes, and this one got really, really high marks. So if you're in the market for a rosé, highly recommend.
And I think you should start carrying that there because it's not expensive.
It's not bad. I'll take a snapshot of it.
Yes.
And then the last but not least, the Regano is a red. The Pericone.
Pericone.
Right.
Like the
And this
Dr.
is
Pericone.
Sicily. and
we all love this
very
one.
complex red, like a 10-second flavor palette on this one.
Mhm.
Good stone fruit, chocolate,
Blueberries.
yeah,
I don't-
Tobacco.
like blackberry.
Again,
Yeah, yeah.
black fruit.
Licorice. I taste
Yeah.
licorice.
Black
I taste
fruits.
licorice.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could taste a little
I
licorice
taste
in
the
there.
licorice.
Absolutely. Maybe
Do you
a
taste the
little,
licorice? Black licorice.
The anise, yes.
That red.
Yes, for
Mhm.
sure.
yeah, absolutely. Again,
So
you guys,
question,
it's all
nobody
great,
rated
great
this one.
complex.
We'll start with Martin. Rating Perricone.
Man, that's a tough one because I'm more of a white wine drinker. This is really good. I love Russian River Pinots, this is similar but different too. I'm gonna go for a 96, the same as the
Right.
other one.
Oh, very good.
High marks.
And this is
Very high
always
marks.
will this always be at Rewind?
No.
Currently,
For as
Okay.
long as they.
As long as
As
it
long
lasts.
as-
While supplies
Right.
last.
while supplies
Yeah.
last.
That's right.
I would
Lines
give
come and
that.
go.
But-
I would give
Right.
this a 99. I love
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah,
a love. Okay.
I would say like a 98. This is really, really good, especially for this price point. This is like a ridiculous.
And you can only find it at Rewind. And now what about Sophie?
Oh
Sorry.
no, yeah, no. I would
So good.
definitely. I don't. 95, I think, is what I'm able to just give. And I give it a 96. I mean,
Okay.
not that it's.
Which is high
Not-
marks from you because you're
Yeah.
picky.
Yeah, I'm very picky, and I probably say that because I gave the Godello a 95. So if I had to go back in my mind, I would just lower them both. But I'm
Mhm.
gonna stick with what I said, and we're just gonna go from
All right.
there. But I do love this. It's one of my favorite reds
I love
currently
it.
and on my list. So
All
Per
right, I
glass
have a
again, how much
challenge.
is it?
I think this one about between 20 and 22. I can't remember exactly,
A
but
glass, okay.
yeah.
And then Chet, what would you rate this?
96 also.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
All right, I have in the last few
Challenge.
minutes here. I have a challenge
I
for
like that.
Sophie. So,
Oh no.
have you ever met a rosé that you liked?
That's a great question.
Hold on, I have a follow up.
Great.
I have a follow up.
Hold on, let me run through my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I don't have it currently in stock because I already have 4 rosés as it is. So I did not.
Okay,
it has not been purchased for the store yet.
gotcha. All right. So, if I brought you a rosé that you would like, would you carry it?
Oh.
If I
Oh,
liked
Mercury.
it, sure.
Yes.
If I liked it,
Yes.
I'm thinking of one in
Yes.
particular. They have, and it's been sold out for
So
a long
good.
time.
No,
But
no,
they
no,
have
everything.
it's
Yeah.
an orange white Chardonnay
It's so good.
that they actually mix with a high end Cabernet. And
It's
it is
so good. I know I've had it. Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
well, let's try it out.
How about this?
then.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
not
do
mad at that.
Mercury wines with Rewind.
Ooh,
and
I would
so
love
it to
do
them.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, do a wine
Yeah.
tasting.
Yes.
Taste
We'll
a
do a
bunch of
wine
wines.
tasting with
Love
his
that.
Mercury wines,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
we'll
bring 'em in.
make
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
get
that's
them.
what I got.
We'll put you on the spot.
I mean,
Yeah.
same
We
thing.
do,
I got
we
2
do wine
different wines in
tastings
this
at least once or
winery.
twice a week.
We're gonna
People
do
come
right
in,
here on
show
the
us
air.
all the
All
wines.
right.
But we're gonna do it
That
right here on
works
the air.
too.
My
That's
goal
right
is
here on the
to
air.
find us rosé that
Yes.
Sophie likes.
We'll make. Okay, there we go.
I love this for
Let's
us.
test
Let's do
that
it.
somewhere.
Let's
So
do
we
it.
only
I'm sure my
have-
reps probably think the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
right,
I
right.
got a
2
Parfait
minutes
Sauv
left.
Blanc that I like too. That doesn't happen
That
either.
doesn't happen. Yeah.
2 minutes left, and then we have to call it quits here.
All right.
Or say goodbye. So once again, how do people find you? We know it's Rewind.